Welcome to Algo Hour. Oh, please don't whistle. That's not good. It's August 8th. I have a extra special guest co-host today. You want to say hello?
Who is it?
Who is it? It's everyone. All right, and we've lost a mic. We're just doing great so far. Let me bring in Teddy to welcome you all in.
Hello, everyone. While I may not have children or furballs, I make up for it with a stunning sort of having some humor, I guess. I don't know. I started that sentence. I didn't know where I was going to go with it. IRL, good to see you. We've got a fantastic show today, and I'm excited for our special guest today also. And until we get to that point, while IRL focuses on her production and her parenting, I wanted to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors and just thank you all guys for carrying us through the show. We're on our 21st episode right now. It was cold outside when we started this, and now it's getting cold again. IRL, are you excited and ready to introduce our special guest?
I am. I am. I've had a good time kind of getting to know them. So I don't know. I guess, yeah, let's do this. We've got Mutant Mangoes in the house. Welcome to Algo Hour.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
I love it.
You're gonna have to help me defend against the unyielding horde of little people and little animals, as I think we're going to have a fight against us. But last I checked, you may be a spy on the other team. Yes, that is quite the cute pup. I'm very jealous of everyone right now. I feel very lonely, to say the least. But Mangoes, good to have you on the show. How's it going today?
It's going good, man. My AC went out about 4 days ago. It's back up now, so my house is a nice 68 degrees. So I'm nice.
He's rocking the hoodie. He's like, my AC went out, and now I'm in a sweatshirt. I love it.
It has to be very cold in my house to go to sleep, so I can get under my giant comforter.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I like the pups. Well, I don't know if y'all noticed.
They're going to be all over this.
We have a fancy schmancy background. And it's pretty cool. I'm going to reset it just so you guys can get an idea or refresh it. But it is our blockchain. So it'll kind of update. It's kind of doing its own thing. I could make us all disappear so you could really see it. But I think it's kind of cool to be able to see what like a visual representation. So yeah, Eartho made that, and you can check it out and see the chain live and play with how it displays at algo3d.live. I don't know. I thought it was very cool.
And I've used that site before. It's super cool to just kind of look at all of the different transactions, and you can kind of look at yourself too. So you can see, for me personally, spending a lot of time in the Mingo Popcorn Lounge. It's fun to see just when I go on betting streaks and when I decide to take a couple weeks off.
We just learned how to whistle, and I'm trying to explain that that's not probably the best thing. Good job whistling. We will let you whistle it a little bit more later if you cannot whistle right now, okay? Because we're going to explain our first game that we're going to play with Mutant Mangoes, and we're going to check in with the chat. There are lots of people that we know and love that are like kind of hanging in there, saying, hey, experiencing a live show with kids. It's just exciting stuff. I will say for the month of August, I'm a little short on sitters. So this is good stuff. Marine's checking in. Fisherman is there. Let me see if I can link you guys up here.
Shout out Seth and Buddy Man, 402 Graphics, Dustin, all you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the hardcore team here, as well as everyone else that's just continue to support. So this is the beauty and blessing of live broadcasting, and yeah. I know Rainbow Dash Unicorn is certainly going to continue to provide us some fantastic content for the show. But in the meantime, IRL, do you want to talk about the first game?
Hi, if you're familiar with the show, we like to set you up early, get you on the hot seat. So we're going to play the Fast Flex game. And that's where you take 2 NFTs you own, and you're going to need to time out pretty quick. I don't even know what to say. We're going to
So
cut
yes, you're gonna
access
have
your
to
mic.
take 2 NFTs that you own, flex them on Twitter, or now X, I should say it's called, using the hashtag NFT Flex Time, and that way we can go on and it'll be part of the show later on. In the meantime, though, I know we have the legendary and famous Joe Paulney. Joe, even though he's a Patriots fan, we love him to death. He's amazing, our foundation representatives and specialists. I know he always has some cool things to talk about today, and yeah, Joe.
I love it. I love Joe. I'm not convinced. The foundation would probably let him do this, but I'm so glad that I feel like we're getting away with murder, having him pitch in and just be our bud. So yeah, let's go check in with Joe.
All right. Hey, everyone. I just wanted to give a couple of quick updates on the things I've been working on. So for the most part, it's a lot of the stuff that I've previously talked about. Just got some new updates. The big one is the templated logic signatures, and this is basically what's going to allow wallets to support signing logic signatures in the near future. And we had a meeting with all the wallets, so DFly, Exodus, Para, and also some of the guys from Transaction Labs and a couple other people I'm forgetting, where we talked about the best way to move forward on that. We didn't get too much time in last week's meeting, so we're going to have another meeting in the next week where we'll dedicate an entire meeting to that. And hopefully the end goal is that we'll come out with wallets knowing what they need to do to support logic signatures, and that will then enable marketplaces and just general projects in the ecosystem to use logic signatures, which is exciting. And one of the first use cases for that will be for reducing the friction for opting in. So we all know that when you're trying to onboard someone new to Algorand, telling them about opt-ins, having to send them Algo and like copying the asset ID and like doing that whole rigmarole can be a little bit cumbersome, especially for someone if they're used to other blockchains where you just make an address and then you can receive assets. So we're thinking about how we could use logic signatures to solve this. And this has been a really active discussion I've been having primarily with some of the guys over at the Inc. So we've been talking with Ann, JJ, and Jason Paulos. If you don't know them, they're engineers and product managers over at the Inc. And we're trying to figure out the best way to move forward to reduce opt-in friction. So there's some discussion about like how complex should it be, how many features should we have in the initial version, and then I have a meeting later today to talk more about that. But hopefully the end goal is I want to say like by the end of the month we'll have an idea of what reducing that initial opt-in friction will be like. So it's easier to onboard people into the Algorand ecosystem, and if you're an active user already in the Algorand ecosystem, it's easier to participate in like multi-asset projects and airdrops and stuff like that. So those are kind of the two main things that I've been working on. Also working on more developer stuff like solutions for decentralized identity, wallet connections. Let's see what else. And there was one more thing I wanted to mention, but I forgot what it is. So no. Oh, there is that. So I did forget about that. But so since the last time I talked, we now have a new update for AlgoKit. And so previously, AlgoKit was basically just for writing your smart contracts. It was obviously very useful, but as you all know, a project is much more than just the smart contracts it uses. And so we have a new update to AlgoKit that makes it easier to start what we call a full stack project. And this basically means a project with the contracts and with the necessary servers and like web UI and application, everything that you need. So we now have that in Algo Kit. We went over that in our previous boot camp, which all the recordings are on YouTube and on GitHub if you want to go to that. But we're constantly improving Algo Kit and the developer tooling. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been working on. Hopefully, next update, I'll have some good news about the progress we're making on the opt-in stuff as well. But that's all for today. So I'll hand it back over to you guys.
No.
Oh my gosh. I wanted to bring Joe in here, and I don't know if I have the mental wherewithal to pull this off, but I wanted him to explain, because I think these are transactions and groups of transactions that we have on our background today. Let me see if I can get Joe. Hey, whoa, that's a big Joe. Hey, Joe, what is that what we're looking at? Do you?
Yeah. It's
Hold on. I can't hear you. Everyone else can, but I can't. That's
Why can I hear them?
That was fun. That was really fun. We have Paw Patrol running in the other room now. So yeah, Joe, what am I looking at? Have you seen this?
Yeah. So it's super cool. So it's basically a visualization of all the activity on the network and how they all connect to each other. And one of the things with blockchains is it's called a blockchain because it's a chain of blocks that are all connected to each other. And in those blocks, you have like transactions, which can be payments, asset creation, asset transfer, like basically anything that happens on the blockchain is a transaction. So what we're basically looking at is a visualization of how all those blocks and transactions connect with each other. And if you would eventually trace back all of them, you would eventually find they all go back to like the center of the Algo universe, which is what we call the Genesis block. So you might have seen it like on Twitter when someone, there's a big whale account or like some mystery account, people will look into it and inevitably they figure, oh, this was originally funded by the foundation. And that's true for literally every account because all the algo had to come from somewhere. And that's from that Genesis block, which then went to the foundation, which then went to exchanges, which then goes to people and traded. And so what this really shows is how interconnected and the main thing of blockchain is that it's open and transparent. And with this, you can see that and get a really nice visual representation of how everything kind of connects together and is there for anyone to kind of just go and explore. So yeah, really cool. Sweet.
Hello, mangoes.
The
What's
last
up, brother?
2 weeks
Are you ready?
have been, I think, especially difficult. Luga,
Let's
the
do
floor
it.
is yours.
I gave you some easy ones this week. These are easy, easy
Oh,
peasy.
Luga, I don't think I can hear you. So
Oh no!
Yeah, I hear two.
You hear me twice. Ted can't hear me. I am
I
blocked
hear
by
Ted,
Ted.
and then I hear Luca.
Well, anyways,
Anyways,
we'll push through. The Limerick Challenge is a staple over here on the Algo Hour, where our one and only, the amazing Lord Beluga has taken time out of his day to go and make these awesome limericks. Previously, they were written by ChatGPT, but after a what was it, a plagiarism scandal or whatever we want to call it.
We got doxxed.
We found our way back to yeah. So while we're working through some technical difficulties, once again, Mutant Mangoes, thank you so much for your patience. I apologize on this. Hopefully we can get IRL back
Are we
online.
ready for some
We're
limericks?
cruising. We're so
Get some
Finn,
limericks going.
thanks for this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right. Number 1, their CEO has a tattoo of this brand. Their August giveaways are really quite grand. With buying from drops and browsing the shops, you really can't go wrong with
Rand.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I'm blown away,
Man.
Mangoes.
easy.
I thought you were gonna throw some hard ones at me. Come
I
on.
told you they were easy. I said easy. Ted didn't buy it.
Piece of cake.
Without this app, we'd be in horror. I'm thankful for the great restorer. All in NFT info you need. Buy from anywhere with speed. Browse collections on.
NFT Explorer.
Ooh, 2 for 2.
There you go.
Look at him go.
Nice.
Mangoes, are you
We-
going to be the
we have
smartest guest?
Celebratory dog barks. We have yeah, absolutely.
All right, we have one more. And as a reminder, we throw Algo at you for every right answer during these fun games. And it's a little bit, but we send it to whatever project or organization you would like. So I'll be following up with you at the end of today's show to find out where it's going. But you're breezing through these. The best NFT, if you're a gamer, losing a fight couldn't be lamer. With guilds and prizes, you can even change disguises. Catch a monster with your...
Fractal Tamer.
Wow, no
Hey.
hesitation.
Too easy.
No.
Too easy.
No,
Man,
just you got it. No naivety, no nothing. No nonsense.
I'm the
You
nonsense.
were
All
ready,
seriousness
and
over here.
I'm confident that those were not leaked to you ahead of time. So
DM to the
breezing
wrong
right
channel.
through. Breezing right through. All right. Well, thanks
Proud
for
of
playing
you.
along with us on our Luga's Limericks. Fisherman said, I knew all these. Yeah,
I don't know if I
Luga.
believe
Fisherman would
that.
have gotten all of these right.
Sorry,
Obviously.
Fisherman. I'm so sorry. Apparently, you were the catalyst that made me go easier. So just know that you were the forerunner.
I was?
No, first Fisherman. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the fail of the Fisherman made me rethink.
Made you rethink life a little bit.
Like how hard? Maybe I am too mean.
I would like to
You're
point
gonna
out that
find middle
nobody
ground.
is debating what I debated when you sent those to me. I was like, who has a brand tattoo?
Who has a Rand tattoo? Does anybody know? If you go in the chat, you will find out the Rand chat. You will see the tattoo. It has been doxxed.
All right. Algo Mutant is way better than John at this. Shots. Firing shots. Well, we will come back. We will play more games, but we're going to do sports and let you have a crack at hosting Who's Active right now with Luga himself.
I'll see you then.
See you there.
Hello and welcome to the sports stuff section where we talk about everything sports related. I'm your host, Ted.Algo, here today to give you all the important and informative sports stuff that you need to know about. Starting off with our first segment today, we have the Women's World Cup, specifically the U.S. women's national team disappointed on Sunday as they were eliminated from the Cup. The score was 0-0 after 90 minutes of regulation time, and another 30 minutes of extra time was also scoreless, forcing the game to go to penalty kicks. Even though the U.S. had 11 shots on goal compared to Sweden's 1, it was a miss from Megan Rapinoe during the penalty kicks that was the nail in the coffin for the team. This is the first time ever the U.S. has gone home before the quarterfinals. So Sweden will go on to play Japan next in the next rounds. And currently the favorites are to win the tournament, according to the Popcorn Lounge, are England and Spain. So it's going to be an interesting ride to see. That defense has been the name of the game this tournament, with 6 out of the 8 games played in the round of 16 ending in one team being completely shut out. Now, the Cinderella stories for both Nigeria and Jamaica unfortunately have come to an end as they were stumped by England and Colombia respectfully. But with that said, there was only one regulation goal between both of those games. So that gives you a context of the defensive powerhouses that some of these teams are. Now, if you are a fan of some of the Cinderella stories, you should go ahead and follow Colombia, as this is their first time in the quarterfinals. So that's certainly a fun story, a fun narrative to keep a hold of as well. Moving on to the next segment, continuing on Soccer Summer. I would be remiss to not talk about Lionel Messi and how he's continued to carry Inter Miami, and really, to be honest with you, the whole MLS this past just couple weeks. Keep in mind that Messi didn't join in the beginning of the season. He's joined in really within the last 4 games, and in those 4 games, he's scored 7 goals, which is astonishing the whole league, and has put him at 4th all-time in the all-time scorers list for Inter Miami. That's just in 4 games. For context, this most recent level bout of success, whatever you want to call it, astonishment, came from the round of 16 when you had Inter Miami going against FC Dallas in the 2023 Leagues Cup, round of 16. They were down 4-2 in the 60th minute, and through a series of fortunate events, Messi is able to pull it out, having an unofficial hat trick with 2 goals in regulation and another penalty kick to send them all home. So with that said, the team has not lost a game since Messi has joined, and they are averaging 3 goals a game, or just over 3 goals a game, I should say. And for context, the team had never scored more than 2 in a game before he even got there. Inter Miami was literally the worst team in the league, and through the power of Messi, anything is possible. It's just shocking to me how drastic and dramatic of a change this has been. And our third segment, we have shifting it over to the MLB, which is one of the few other remaining sports leagues kind of active right now. It feels silly to not kind of follow up on last week's segment about the Mets. Specifically for context, if you guys forget, we talked about how Max Scherzer was getting traded to the Texas Rangers from the New York Mets, which was interesting because the Mets really seemed like they were putting it together. Owner Steve Cohen was hyping up fans, getting their expectations high and mighty for this season. And while they did receive back Ronald Acuña's little brother, who was a very fantastic looking prospect, there is an aura of disappointment for this season, and really, to be honest, even next season too. And with that said, the Mets blow up implosion, whatever you want to call it, has continued, with the team dealing Justin Verlander and Tommy Pham. Owner Steve Cohen has recognized the disappointment the team has, but he claims he's working hard to rectify it. And keep in mind now, despite trading these players, the Mets will still be paying $156 million in contracts to players that are not on their roster, and in a grand total of $343 million in total payroll for 2023. Now, for context here, the lowly Oakland A's only have a payroll of about $60 million. So that's over 5x, just shocking. And to be honest with you, that's over the league average too, just by over double. So it's unbelievable the amount of capital that Steve Cohen's willing to put into this team, and it's disappointing the results that they've had. Finally, just going to do a quick wrap up of the rest of the fast sports around the association. We have the Little League World Series underway with the regional tournaments just about wrapping up. Here in the sports stuff section, we will keep you posted on any major developments from the 12-year-olds, as always. The men's FIBA Basketball World Cup kicks off in a little bit over 2 weeks, about 16 days from now, with teams beginning to practice and having friendlies in the Philippines, Japan, and I'm blanking on the last country that is also Indonesia that is hosting it. You've got notable NBA stars like Luka Doncic and Anthony Edwards in attendance, while you also have notably some other stars that aren't in attendance, like Nikola Jokic. And while Jamal Murray is with the team, with the Canadian national team, it is unlikely that he is going to play. So it'll be very interesting to see how injuries or the risk of injuries is kind of dictating some of that. Despite some of the negative reactions from those fans, it'll be interesting to see if they to continue to show up and be as a part of like an executive coach or just on the side. I know players like Jamal Murray love to go and be a part of the whole system and are actively in training camp, but we'll see. And lastly, we have NFL training camp starting with preseason football underway for most teams starting this Friday. Fans got a taste of the action last week with in Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game. And while Aaron Rodgers didn't suit up himself, he did put the headset on and played a fantastic coaching role to back up Zach Wilson as they marched down the field, and he got a fantastic looking touchdown. Just a great performance by him in that, even though the Jets only put up 16 points, which is a Nathaniel Hackett special. It'll be very interesting to see how much more optimism and positivity can come around the team. The Browns, the team that they were facing, looked mediocre as well, but it's the first week of preseason, so there's a lot to be desired. With that, that's all I've got. We're going to head it over to Who's Active, hosted by Luga and the one and only Mutant Mangoes. Thank you so much, IRL.
Hello, you beautiful souls. Welcome to Who is Active right now? Mangoes. I'm so excited to have you here with me today. And I got to ask you, like I ask everybody, are you active?
Not as much as I should be.
Ooh, good answer. Good answer. Who is, though, right? Like, nobody out here is a professional athlete, except maybe Ted, you know.
Yeah. Ted is like destroying all of us.
But actually, you may not know this about me, but I'm going to give you a little trivia follow-up. So this is a jersey. I'm going to let you guess, what sport did I play?
What sport?
What sport?
Can I see the jersey again?
You can see it, yeah. So here, I'll even give you the whole. We got a nice, beautiful horse. Yeah, we got Gaston there.
I'm going to say hockey?
Hockey. You think I wore this in a hockey arena?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
I was out here to cut off, hitting the ice.
Tennis.
Tennis. Wow. Okay. Okay. Think.
Rugby?
I'll give you a bailout. It was ultimate frisbee. Very good. I don't know. Who would have guessed this weird dude would play ultimate frisbee? But I did for like a decade. It was insanity. But now, obviously, I'm a rock climber and I'm an active enthusiast. Who knew? It's weird. But yeah, so we'll go into who's active right now. This week's challenge is any of our 18 from the Iron Challenge. Mangoes, are you familiar with the Iron Challenge right now?
I am familiar. I like watching the videos.
Good. Are you going to do the full Iron?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. No, I actually appreciate the
pressure me, and I'll probably end up doing it.
I mean, every guest has said they're going to do them, and then they don't. So I'm not. I like that you're saying I'm not going to do it ahead of time. Like that. That's good. I appreciate that.
Wait,
we got some people hopping in. So that was a heel flip. Did you know it was a heel flip? I would have said it was a kick flip. That was Algo, who I just keep telling him to do who's active on his skateboard because it keeps applying. And like, who doesn't love skate tricks? It gets so much engagement. It's like skate tricks all day. I love them. But yeah, so you could do any of the 18 from the Iron, which is like push-ups, sit-ups, frog jumps, balance, burpees, just all kinds of nonsense. Then you still have like a half hour. So if you want to enter this week, it's the most inclusive week. Any of the 18, post it, hashtag AlgoActive, flag, and then it'll work out. And we'll see it, and we'll put you in the giveaway.
You do all of them in one video?
So for this week, you can do just one. Well, for this next half hour, you can just do one. But for the whole month of August, you got to do the whole 18. And you're going to qualify for bigger NFT prizes, a big Algo pool, and I've got a guaranteed win. I won't tell you what it is, but if you do it, you're going to win something no matter what. So
Okay.
I think it's worth doing the whole 18. You can get ridiculous with it. A lot of people are like, I don't know how I'm going to do a swim. Can like my sister just spray me with a hose? I'm like, if you make it funny enough, I am all in. So go wild, do crazy stuff. But for this coming up week, we've got a whole new string of challenges, and I gave IRL 21 weeks to do pull-ups. So I originally wanted to start with pull-ups because now I'm a rock climber, and I love pull-ups. It's like my go-to exercise. And IRL was like, no, nobody has a pull-up bar. Well, you've had 21 weeks to get one, so I expect a pull-up bar. Expect some activity.
Pull-ups are one of my favorite exercises.
They're great, right? Just like whole body, everything activates. I love them.
It's like once you're done, you can feel it almost instantly.
Oh,
you kind of
yeah.
walk around a little bit, you know.
I do 3, and I'm like, hold on now. What am I doing here? So that's my rock climbing thing. Just had to flex a little bit. That's like 15 millimeters. But if a pull-up is too hard, we're not gatekeepers here. So you can use a chair. Just put a leg in a chair and still do the same motion, still get that same muscle activation. You can also use a resistance band. You can use anything that helps. You can even climb a tree if you don't have a pull-up bar. Like, I'm trying to include you as much as possible. So hopefully, Mangos, you'll at least do a pull-up for me, right?
I will do a pull-up. I will say that. I'll definitely do a pull-up.
All right. All right. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing it. Thanks for hanging out with me, and we'll do a break and then some NFT flexing.
Well, let's do it.
This is your commercial break, sponsored by Smokey from Crescendo. Smokey gave me the wonderful and illustrious task of letting you, the people, know just how good bacon wrap dates are with goat cheese inside. And let me tell you something. This picture is not from the internet. This is from my backyard. And yes, that's right. Yours truly made some amazing bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese inside. And let me tell you, they are as easy as you would expect to make. You just wrap them up, put them in the toaster oven, and delicious, amazing, scrumptious. The dates provide a caramel sweet taste while the bacon is savory and the goat cheese just kind of blends everything together. Not pictured, but also a good contribution is a honey whiskey or a whiskey honey, bourbon whiskey honey that you could put it on top. I used about 5% whiskey for 95% honey, whisked it all into a bowl and drizzled that on top for my second batch. And it was so good. It's a little bit too sweet for some people that don't love a sweet tooth, but for kids, it's fantastic. They get over the whole, idea of eating the unknown thing that is a date really quickly. So once again, shout out to Smokey for providing such a fantastic idea. I have enough in my fridge to go make a third batch, and I will be continuing to do so probably sometime this week. Once again, bacon wrapped dates with goat cheese inside. Thank you. Also, we have the clip contest. That's right. Clip your favorite moments of the Algo Hour, and we have a big prize. That's right. That's not a clone. That's a Flemish giant. So from August 8th, that's today, through September 5th, use the clip button within the YouTube interface AI and clip your favorite moments of the Algo Hour and share them on X or Twitter, whatever we used to call it, using the hashtag Algo Hour to be entered to win. You can post up to 3 times a week, and we're going to be using the wheel of names to help decide a final winner. That's right. That's not a Flemish cone. That is a Flemish giant. IRL, can I say who donated it? Yes. And we have schmitty.voy.algo as the amazing and illustrious and awesome philanthropist for the Algo Hour. What a whale. What an amazing legend. And we just appreciate everything that people like him and all the other amazing, awesome contributors and supporters of the Algo Hour. So once again, we have the clip contest running essentially for about a month. Get your clips in today, post them onto X, use the clip feature on YouTube. It's really easy to use. If you need any help, feel free to reach out to me, IRL, or anyone else, and we'll be more than happy to provide any pointers or feedback. And that's all I've got. Let's send it back to IRL Ted and Mutant Mangoes.
Welcome to Flex Time. Let's get everybody back in. Felicia, hello. It's good to see you. We missed you last week.
Hello, everybody. Ted, I'm hungry now. What the hell? I can't wait to eat.
It looks so good.
Looked really good.
Did those bacon wrap dates with goat cheese look good? No?
They're sweet. I promise if she closed her eyes and didn't know what they were, it's like, because I get it. I was telling people about this. People get kind of thrown off at the idea of eating dates because they've never eaten a date before. I can guarantee you Rainbow Dash Unicorn over there has never eaten a date.
Have you ever tried to feed a toddler, Ted?
You know what? You might have me there. You might have me there.
That's
a
great experience.
We do like lots of fruits and veggies. What are your favorite fruits and veggies?
Tomato, peppers, and
You've
bananas.
been digging cucumber a lot too lately, haven't you?
Cucumbers
And apples.
We do eat a lot of apples too. I have not tried to throw a date her way. Not like I don't go out of my way to eat dates, but they did look delicious, and I think Smokey's goal of letting more people know about bacon wrapped dates stuffed with goat cheese, mission accomplished. We all know. Mutant Mangoes, were you able to get your flex on? Are we going to find it in the thread?
I flexed a couple of them.
Okay. Well, we will make our way through here. We've got Ice Age flexing a Little Royals NFT. Let's see here. Just moving you over. Lassie flexing the 3D little knitter. I like it.
So dope.
I picked up a couple of those. Oh, an original City Slicker Chief Pixel Head. Okay. Naj flexing a Fallen Order. Blessed flexing this amazing.
That's Mars Comics and Hippo,
Mars
right?
Comics. Mm-hmm. You got it.
Wow.
That's cool.
Joe flexing a Node Runner. Way to make a dev statement with your flex.
Exactly. Felt like it was kind of on topic. And that reminded me of the thing I forgot was that if you haven't seen it, so Austin from Highforge and Algo sees, he made a tool called OS One-Click Node where it lets you run a node and has a UI and does everything in a single button. So definitely check that out if you're interested in running a node. It's called OS One-Click Node. If you search for it on Twitter, you'll probably find it. But yeah, that's the thing I forgot to mention.
Fair enough. When node delegators instead of node keepers, right?
That's Gen
Maybe
2.
dev joke. It wasn't funny, but
I don't want to say it's swing and a miss, but
I think it landed.
we got Rich Flares with Metapunk.
with the Metapunk with the YBG in the background.
That's the new Cometa launch, right?
I think so. Sort of a 3D.
I really enjoy the sunglasses on that one, Feely. That's a
Pretty groovy, right?
Yeah, with the polka dots. I like that. Oh, and the lipstick. I don't know.
Great. Super great.
I was gonna say
I
I'd
don't have
rock.
the 3D yet, but I'll get one eventually.
Moriarty flexing some little royals. I picked up one of those. I've been seeing a lot of good tweets coming from the hashtag Algorand NFT rewards tag for Rand galleries. Like, so if you make a purchase on Rand Gallery, you tweet about it and make sure the tweet includes the creator's handle or the creator's tag, Rand Gallery's tag, and the hashtag Algorand NFT rewards. And then you copy that into Discord as proof that you posted it and click a reaction thing. But they are giving away the daily fees every day from the platform the whole month of August, I believe. So I've been having a good time. Here's one of Mutant Mangoes I'm seeing. I don't think I missed any. And this is an Afro Spacey Frostory NFT. I like it. It's like
I had to
action
support my
figure
man's.
style.
Yeah, I love that collection. Good dude. Was a good dude.
Every piece is so different though. Like I have some from the collection that don't have the action figure vibe. You know what I mean? There's so many different vibes within the collection. Yeah. I think that that's cool. It gets a pass for me. I think it's a good flex. I don't know about everybody else.
Oh yeah, good flex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love that Afro Spacey's brand is like his lifestyle brand empowers Black art and history and like business excellence, which I think is pretty cool.
The Lost Bots by Stein, I think, is something to the crafting that or the crafting animation or the unboxing animation. I'm totally blanking on this. What word? When you open the thing, the animation that came out as it revealed was just super cool, super awesome, super amazing. So definitely shout out to Stein and an amazing thing that he's been working on. I know he's hard at work helping Stitch with Mingo and getting the best friends rolled out. And I know it will be as soon as people can expect. But yeah, I don't know. We've got
the Trait Swapper website looks pretty cool too.
Yes, it does. And Schmitty flexing the Goanna. Again, shout out Schmitty for sponsoring our clip contest. Get your clips in all this month.
I dig this. Mutant Mangoes and Han. I dig this.
So
dripping balls.
Han makes probably some of the best collaboration art. It's one of my favorites on in the space. All of his collaborations are just so cool. His style is so cool.
Yeah.
I like it a lot because it doesn't have that many colors on it, which is really helpful for transposing that type of art to embroidered shirts and other types of things like that and printing it. So I haven't tried yet with the Room of Han to try and do something like that, but I know when I was going through and working on Mingo hats that were embroidered, that was one of the biggest challenges that I had because there's only so many colors that you can include.
Give me back my earbuds.
I think Room of Han just did a collab with Vlad that went for like 1,000 algo or something. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, criminal.
And certainly well deserved too. That what Room of Han does for in terms of uplifting the community is exactly what we want to provide on the Algo Hour. So it's
exactly
it's amazing kind of what he does
and such.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then if you post it, he'll always comment with like a deep meaning of what it is. He even did one of his drops where he reached out, asked what your profession was, and he made a piece based off of your profession. And he even gave a little blurb on it. So I really like that guy. He's a great guy, good for the community for sure.
That's my favorite flex of yours, I think. I dig it. Here's my flex, which I was excited to have you guys hear what Rainbow, I don't even know. What does she want to be called?
Rainbow Dash.
Yeah,
know your ponies, IRL.
To see what Rainbow Dash thought of my flex, but we already had one of these in our collection, and I picked it up yesterday as part of that Rain Gallery daily entry. So that's a penny crayon NFT, an early one.
and Penny's focus on philanthropy and community service in general is just awesome. So shout out to her and everything that she works on.
I love these draglins. I think they're so cute. They're awesome. I'm a fan of the collaborative nature of it. I'm a fan of the artist. I just dig them all around.
It's the underbite that does it for me.
Oh, there's a space face. I posted mine last week, one of the ones that I got, but there's a chicken shark trait. Feely did the art for him. You weren't here when we talked about you like crazy last week on the art, but well done. Congratulations. I think there's still some in the second shuffle left, right? Is the shuffle still open?
Yes, it's on Algo X. The link is on Discord. It's on my Twitter, but it's probably buried underneath everything that I repost. They're calling it now, right? Instead of retweet, repost.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
X just feels weird. I don't know. Sounds weird, feels weird. I don't know how I
don't know how to
with the
feel.
flow.
Terrible rebranding during Venus retrograde. I don't approve.
Well, speaking of, we do have one more game to play with Mutant Mangoes, but then we're going to come at you for the StarCast, and then we're going to let him pitch in our elevator contest, and we will have made it through today's show. God bless it, everyone. Mutant Mangoes, are you ready to play your last game with us?
Let's do it.
All right. I appreciate y'all. What a ride. What a ride.
We've made it. And shout out to you, IRL. Despite any sort of obstacles and everything like that, you've managed to pull through. And of course, shout out to you, Mangoes. Thank you so much for coming on here and bearing through everything that IRL and the Algo Hour has to offer. So
thanks
the
for
good, the
having
bad,
me.
and
It's
the
been
excited.
fun.
Mutant Mangoes plays poker with me pretty much a lot, and it's always fun. I feel like I've gotten to know him and kind of watched what he's trying to do with the Spawnling project. So I'm excited to hear this pitch. I'm excited for everyone else to get to hear it, but you're not quite there yet. We still have one more round of games to play, and this is called our Algorand Ecosystem Challenge. We put 30 seconds on the clock, and you get to list as many ecosystem-wide projects as you can. These can be NFT, DeFi, naming service, you name it. How do you feel about that?
I'm not good with being put on the spot. I know a lot, but I already know I'm gonna like freeze up. But let's do it. Let's do it.
It's good to help get a feeling of the clock, so that way when you go and do your elevator pitch,
Right.
It's twice as long as the other game. So
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for your own good.
Right.
I've played it before, so I think our high score sits at 15. I did not set that, but Fisherman did. So, we all excel in our own things, and maybe not so much the limericks. But you're 3 for 3 on the limericks. You should be feeling good. I'm going to put the timer up, and we will get started. Are you ready?
Yes. All right, let's go.
Get set. Go.
All right. Tiny Man, Carmetta, Para, Totally Average Cats, Rumahan, Dripping Balls, Fractal Tamers, Mangoes. Oh my God! See, I knew this was gonna freaking happen. I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God. Algo Links, Algo Knitters, Algoana, Algo Cats, Algo Fox.
Oh, good
fine.
job.
Easy ones.
Good job.
I knew I was gonna draw blanks.
it's interesting. Every person you get through the first 5 or 6 projects that you interact with on a daily or a regular basis, and you're totally spot on. You just kind of like freeze up, and all of a sudden, even though there's literally, as IRL was kind of subtly pointing to the sponsors page at the bottom of the screen, 8 on the screen, you still kind of just forget and everything. But you've done fantastic. My counting, I got 13. IRL, can you confirm that for me?
I can confirm I also got 13. Well done. I thought, man, you started out really strong. You were like, so I think that's a respectable score. It's also what I scored when I played the game. So High five. Good job. I dig it. I think it's so much fun. And I know it can be a little intimidating to be like, yeah, come on, Algo Hour. But I'm so glad that you did. It's been really fun. Special shout out to our sponsors that we have and the other people that support us by watching, liking, commenting. I expect y'all to embarrass the crap out of everyone but me on the show with this clip contest. Hopefully it'll be fun. I'm really, really excited about it. We're going to get to Feely, hear the StarCast, and then let you pitch us all. But before we do that, we will check the chat here. Smokey made it in the show. Smokey, I hope you didn't miss your ad. He said, don't you have to do the Iron Man challenge? We got Mutant Mangoes to commit to some pull-ups. But we'll win them over for sure. Oh my gosh. And we have another guest. Goodness gracious. Are you going to come say hi?
Hi. Oh. Rita.
Can you say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
That's all I have for today. Doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it's really fun. Feely, are you ready? We're coming at you.
Bye.
Hello. While most people are familiar with your sun sign, there's a whole world of planetary influences to explore in astrology. You're much more than just your sun sign. And if you're new here, hello, I'm Felicia. I'm a practicing astrologer. I'm a Gemini sun, Aries moon, and a Leo rising. So to kickstart your astrological journey, focus on understanding your big three, which is your sun, moon, and your rising. Your sun sign mirrors your fundamental personality traits. Your moon sign exposes your internal emotions, and your rising sign depicts the external perception others have of you. When combined, these three signs create a concise yet comprehensive overview of your identity. So your sun sign is your core self, your moon sign is your inner self, your emotions, and your rising sign is your outer self. In order to calculate your sun, moon, rising, you just need three things, which is your date of birth, your time, and location. The time does need to be accurate because that will determine your rising sign, and that changes every 30 minutes. Once you have those, you can just enter it in an astrology calculator that you can just Google, or you can just DM me and I can identify them for you. The sun sign represents your essential self and encompasses concepts of ego, identity, and vitality. Obviously, the sun is a pretty big deal. It's the creative force in our solar system. It's the light that allows plants to grow and animals to eat. Without it, humans simply wouldn't be here. So your sun sign represents your creative essence, your unique personality, or your light. In a nutshell, this is how you shine. Your sun sign is likely not news to you. When people ask, what's your star sign? This is what they're talking about. Since all of the planets revolve around the sun, it loves a little attention. So the qualities of your sun sign are always ways that you get attention. However, it's important to pause and recognize that these characteristics don't solely define who we are at present. They also represent qualities that we are in the process of developing. For instance, while Libra is associated with balance, it's not uncommon to encounter Libras who venture into extremes. So when tempted to pigeonhole someone based solely on their sun sign, like dismissing Scorpios due to stereotypes, remember that our identities encompass far more than just these traits. And now the moon sign corresponds to your inner self, and it encompasses our emotions, our feelings, our instincts. It's our inner world. Much like the moon's gravitational pull affects ocean tides, moon signs reflect our inner tides, our emotions, our moods. And as the moon swiftly changes signs every few days, about every 2 days, our emotions are in a constant flux. The question is, how do we manage them? So your moon sign provides valuable insights into your inner world. Some individuals are deeply impacted by emotions, fearing overwhelm, as seen in Scorpio moon natives, while others analyze and address their emotions instead of fully experiencing them. Common seen in like Virgo moons and Gemini moons, since they're very mental. The moon also represents your mother or your primary caregiver. The moon sign the moon sign reveals your childhood nurturing and how you care for yourself and others as an adult. It's about your instincts, your needs, and motivations. While you might prefer to hide these aspects of yourself, they are a vital piece of the puzzle that defines you. And then your rising sign. So your rising sign is also referred to as the ascendant. And it relates to your outer self, and it encompasses the lens, perspective, our physical body, and social image. If someone has ever tried to guess your sun sign and ended up mistaken, it's likely that they are guessing your rising sign. Your rising sign is like the surface appearance. It's the cover of your book, the outer layer of your personality. Most of us don't perceive ourselves through the lens of our rising signs, but other people do. So also known as your ascendant, the rising sign is determined by the zodiac sign on the eastern horizon at your birth. It signifies the start of your birth chart, and it influences the sequence of the astrological houses, infusing them with its characteristics. Imagine putting on sunglasses. Your rising sign is like the tint of the lenses. If you tend to view the world with a rosy perspective, you might have a Pisces rising. If you carry a sunny disposition, you might have a Leo rising. Much like an onion has layers beneath its dry skin, you possess hidden depths that only become apparent as people get to know you. These layers encompass the planets and their position and different signs and houses within a birth chart. Although we're advised not to judge a book by its cover, we often do so. The next time you catch yourself doing this, reflect whether you're addressing the entire person or merely just their rising sign. So, having discovered your sun, moon, and rising signs, how can you make use of this knowledge? So, to begin with, you can embark on a journey of self discovery. Rather than simply associating with a single sign, you can realize that astrology offers much more depth. So, what sign should I read from our horoscope? So, when reading a daily, monthly, or a yearly horoscope, most people will just look at their sun sign. This will give you some valuable information about what the cards are in, like what the cards are in for you, what the stars are in for you. But there's limitations. As I said before, you're way much more than your sun sign, since your rising sign marks the beginning of your birth chart. Referencing this horoscope gives you a much more accurate interpretation of which houses the planets are transiting your chart. This is why it can be helpful to read the horoscopes of both your sun, especially your rising sign. Doing so will give you a better grasp of the different themes showing up in your life and what areas of life. So that's all I got for today. Love you guys. Over to Mutant with the elevator pitch.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. I got to talk pretty quickly, but so Spawnlings is a community PFP project built on Algorand, where we have a staking and an auctions platform where you can stake your Spawnlings and then you earn our community coin souls, which allows you to enter a lot of our auctions and raffles we host every single week. Our goal right now is to build the community as well as just have fun in the space. So every week we've always got things going on in conjunction with a lot of artists and projects in the space. So for Wednesdays, we have our project or artist in the spotlight giveaways. where we just basically interview artists in the space, highlight their work, what they do, how long they've been here, and it gives us the intent to allow somebody to join a community they might not have known about. On Thursdays, we do our conjunction poker games with Yeti, and they're hosted by Womp Crew. Shout out Womp Crew. Fridays, we sponsor the ARG poker games, and on Saturdays, we have fun with the community and we play trivia, as well as host our Spawnling Alpha. My time.